was impactful.
We live.
We live. Okay.
Super live.
What's good? What's good? Your boy Kazi.
The conversation needed to be on live, not
Oh yeah, for sure. We in here. Yeah, well, welcome everybody to Intelligently Ratchet. It's your boy Kazi. Who else in here?
Y'all know what it is. This is gonna make it the most official. Hashtag
right.
all 50 states.
All 50 states.
All 50
right.
states. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what it is. If y'all don't know what that is, we're gonna talk about that also. So we're gonna talk about Kazi's 70-part rant on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? Dissertation.
Right on. Right on. Just had some things on my chest, I had to get it off my chest, bro, and articulate it, just to jump right in, just to shouts out to everybody that took the time to read that. I know it's a lot of reading and a lot of words, but that's even part of, I think the message is what I discovered in working on it is why people don't change is because it's hard work, man, to try to figure out why things are the way they are and break them down. And, it causes you to look at yourself and why you make certain choices. And, it's some of it is painful and stuff, it's hard to do. So I just wanted to, the thoughts, literally just share the thoughts that go into my head and the rationale that I'm trying to make when I'm trying to come to, how can I explain it to someone? And at the same time, hold up a mirror. You know what I mean? Just to kind of hold up a mirror to people that they might see themselves in their own attitude or reflection of their attitude. It's one of the things about this cancel culture that's dangerous because you have to give somebody a moment to change. And that's why I posted that woman, that last video. I don't know if you saw that, the white woman admitting that she was racist and she was raised that way, was because that's what she said at 69.
Right.
It took her this long to figure it out. And, I think for all of us that are just trying to do something with the energy it's fucked up. It's hard to talk about, you worried about that you're going to say the wrong thing and everybody's going to come at you, black or white. You know what I mean? It's just it's so charged to even speak on it. Just brings out so many different emotions from so many different people. And so I was like, well, yo, this show, the platform of this show always been about that. We've always kept that in that, that's what it's based on. And at the same time, I'm like, yo, there's one or two people that just want to hear my opinion, man. That's it. I just want to hear what I think about it, my perspective on it, and that it might help people form theirs. And so that's what it's about. Like I said, I ain't Malcolm Fair. I'm not the Reverend Dr. Malcolm Faircon.
Right.
X. I don't got all the answers. I ain't telling people what they should do, how they should think or feel. But I ain't scared of the conversation. And I'll tell you what my personal stance is. And I hope that will start, just the energy about identifying it's some shit that's out here that we don't talk about. Racism is a virus, a disease. And we've finally gotten to the point where I think people, you want to make it that just black people or just that people in the streets are just crazy thugs and monkeys and just doing wild, stupid shit. No, there is a reason. There is a qualifying, whether it's right or wrong, the morality of it. There's some shit behind why everybody's wilding. If you even look at today, what's up, P? Even if you even look at right now, currently, a lot with the new charges that came in, people it seems like the attitude and the energy is somewhat calmer even right now. As it gets later, as I said in my post, as it gets later, it turns into some other shit. But the protest itself is about that peace, that love, that understanding, reform, and understanding yo, we just tired of seeing black people die, man.
No doubt, because you really said some things, man. And I know I made sure I shared it because I was
Thanks, man.
all right, good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I appreciate
people out there
it.
was agreeing. Matter of fact, Candy, shout out to Candy. She actually watching on YouTube. YouTube really started to come up. We getting more people on the YouTube.
Okay. Cool in the gang.
And she commented all rants matter. So
I would like to think of it more as a dissertation kind of.
But no, one of the ones that struck out to me was like your comment on.
Yeah, let's talk about it, man.
When someone said, when you set up the scenario, when someone says, well, black on black crime matter, you know what I mean? The black on black crime, you said, but the thing about black on black crime, the person gets prosecuted.
Facts.
Mm-hmm.
If Tyrone shoot Pookie, then Pookie gets, you know what I'm saying? Tyrone gets prosecuted.
Facts.
That's the difference. Is there is no accountability. The reason why I can say, yo, it's kind of like this. What happens in our home happens in our home. But it's like this, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like you might not get along with your brother and sister. Like y'all might fight, like your mom and dad fight like cats and all. But when y'all go out in the street, you're not gonna hit my brother. You're not gonna hit my sister. You know what I'm saying? Because we still family. I might not fuck with them, but you're not gonna tell me you're not gonna fuck with them.
Right.
And that's what the issue was, right? And I agree to that. I was like, you know what? That makes that's the perfect end to that conversation. It's like, yeah, because Pookie is held accountable for it. You know what I'm saying? We're not saying that we don't have a problem in the black community. We're killing each other, but you kill the people that you're around. So it's like this. So if there was no such thing as segregation, I guess those numbers would be a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? If we was all mixed up together, it wasn't. If they never made this thing called segregation, you have to put the people as social economical, because poor people kill poor people. We don't. It's like this. If you look across the whole gambit, it's like this. You look at people's where do their salaries range, right? And what's doing the killing. You know what I'm saying? Poor people kill poor people disproportionately. No one comes up to the rich people's houses from down the block of the poor people from Poor Peopleville and come kill people in the rich people houses. They don't do that shit. You kill the people because guess what? You kill the people that you're close to, because those are the people that you rub shoulders with. Those are the people you cause friction with, and that's how it happens. You know what I'm saying? Like, no.
Mm-hmm. Right on, man.
I mean, that part right there was awesome.
Yeah, I appreciate that. You know, I just wanted to just point out, because what I see was people, try to detract from the narrative, or just try to detract from why we here. And that's why I was like, yo, stay focused. And I try to point it back to what this is about, right? You know what I'm saying? Because it's easy to get distracted about the looting and they're tearing this up, or how this ain't peaceful. I can't get behind this, or, well, they don't, when black people kill each other, they don't care. We should care more. And I think that we will begin to start caring more. I do, because we need to. But let's talk about this problem right here. Because, like, you know what I mean? Let's identify what the issue is. Because when black people kill each other, best believe they've got a case. They running from the law. You feel me? Like, there's shit on them that people identify, whatever. But we're talking about a system that's lawless, to execute people. I just wanted to, that's a big one. What about black on black crime? People always want to throw that out there. So I just wanted to give everybody the ammo they needed to
and I want to say that too.
To defeat that talking point.
Right. And I'm sorry to cut up, but I want to say this about black on black crime too. It's like this. This ain't black on black crime. We're talking about a totally different crime. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, like, just because we out here, like I said, again, just because black folk is out here killing each other, which we all know is an issue with drugs and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Just because that shit ain't got nothing to do with, you know what I'm saying, Officer Peabody shooting somebody that ain't even called the fucking crime. It ain't like this. Like, Pookie killed Tyrone.
Right.
It ain't like Officer Peabody went and shot Tyrone for killing Pookie. It wasn't, you know what I'm saying?
Nah.
You shooting everyday George, everyday, I say George because I'm thinking of Chicken George in my mind, but you know what I'm saying? Everyday George, he walking down the street, you know what I'm saying, from the chicken hut where he work at. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? He ain't did nothing to nobody, and you shoot his ass for having a parking ticket or jaywalking. You know what I'm saying? It's like this. This is the issue, the underlying issue. You know what I'm saying? That you got. It's all about common sense. It's like you can't bring that up. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, because if we start doing that shit, then y'all get mad because y'all fucked around and did a whole goddamn slavery.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all did a whole damn slavery, America. With no restitution for the fact.
So,
you know what I'm saying?
The topic of violence has been, like, I think, a hot topic. You know what I mean? I think that what violence in respect to people fighting for their freedom or fighting for their rights, how it's regarded, right? Because like we said on here before, the Boston Tea Party now is a patriotic act, right?
Right.
But it took them tearing some shit up for that. And people, that I talked to my mom I was down there this past weekend when y'all were doing the live with the boys, and we were talking, and she said, "Yo, Kev, this looks like when Dr. King, when Dr. King was assassinated." That she said it reminded her of that same type of energy, and she said, it was similar. That it took 11 days. I think it was 8. It was some days of Watts burning, Detroit, DC, Richmond, Norfolk. It was like 11 days of burning. And she said, like, on that 10th, 11th day, they finally passed like the Civil Rights Act. Finally.
Right.
And so you look at violence and looting and riots, and you're like, was that pressure being applied? Did that pressure that's applied from like, if no justice, no peace, we'll burn this bitch, we'll burn this city down unless we get what we want. And in the case of Minneapolis, especially, with those charges that came, it was the third day of fires and looting, and then they finally arrested and fired the officers, right? So there's like a level of like violence that you look at and you say, was that, I can't be mad at the young boys out there trying to get themselves and myself free to an extent, but where do you draw the line? That's what I was speaking to.
And on top of that, especially just speaking on Minneapolis, I mean, you have Orlando Castile 2 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Prior to that, nothing was going on, no convictions or anything like that. And then I think it was like within like the last like 5 years, it was like 6 or 7. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I want to say Terrence Crutcher's from Minneapolis too, or
it was
Minnesota.
I know off the top of my head it was quite a few. Like, so you can understand the tension and the anger and the frustration that the people up there just have, because it's like,
Minnesota got a problem.
Blatantly doing something wrong, and they're not being held accountable for it.
Right.
That's only going to build frustration and anger, and after a while, it's going to build retaliation.
Right. Like I said, I do it like I said this on the last show, I think last week, or was it earlier this week on Straight to Tape, when I was saying, like, we all know how to fix this issue. You know what I'm saying? It's a simple, because everybody knows the simple golden rule.
Right.
I mean, I'm saying, if we follow what we learned in kindergarten, like if America followed that plan, treat others like you want to be treated. Simple. Hey, say sorry when you do something wrong to somebody. Try to make that. What America's not wanting to do is they're not wanting to acknowledge that they're wrong, and they don't want to make the shit right. Because what it is, we've seen, like I said, you know what I mean? We do this right here. We say, okay, what do you tell your kids? We all got kids in here. We say, okay, if you're dealing with a bully, what do? You try to talk your way out of being bullied. You say, hey, stop messing with me. I want to be your friend. Why can't we get along? All right. The bully keeps on trying to bully you. You say, okay, I'm going to tell the teacher. I'm going to tell the teacher. And the shit don't go right with the teacher. So they go and they say, hey, they say a little louder, hey, this person is bullying me. And and they come back and say, the kid is still bullying you. And you know what our parents told us? They said, Joe, if they mess with you again, you pick up the biggest stick you could find, the biggest rock you could find, you bust their head wide the fuck open. This is busting their head wide the fuck open, because we've been talking.
That's it. We've been talking. Yeah.
We done talking. And it's like this, and don't look at us when we wrong, when we like, well, why don't you? No, why are you burning down you know why we're burning down because we had the 60s, my nigga. If the 60s, if y'all would have done this shit that y'all doing right now, if y'all would have changed the laws back when Rodney King got his ass whipped, guess what? We wouldn't have 2020. if y'all would have prosecuted at least half of the officers that just shot innocent people, prosecuted them and got convictions, guess what? We wouldn't have a 2020.
We're still in the midst of, but
Still
see,
are,
that's the
though.
thing. We're still in the midst of admitting we have a problem.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying.
It's somebody who's been drinking for years,
Mm-hmm.
and this is an intervention.
Yep.
Now, you know what I'm saying? That's what I compared it to an exorcism on my page. You know what I mean? Like, not even being funny, but I'm like, yo, it's the devil. It is a demon in this country, an invisible, lurking one that ruins lives, families, jobs, people's perspectives of others, their experiences. You know what I'm saying? It's economic, it's educational, it's so many limiting evil ass factors to it, and no one will fucking talk about it, and it's not written down anywhere, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so like literally, it's excuse me, so many things from. I compared it to this, y'all, and just to use, you know, on just a simple comparison. I compared it to this because everybody here that's been in a relationship, you can feel me on this. If you imagine a problem that you had, say you dated somebody or you were in a relationship with somebody for like 10 years, right? And there was this thing that pissed both of y'all off. It pissed both of y'all off so bad that, like, you know, it was just a thing that like made you grit your teeth, you know, or it was just something that like anytime this person got around and did this certain thing or this thing, it pissed you off. And you didn't talk about that for 10 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then all of a sudden in that 11th year, that person like pops you in the back of your head. What would happen?
Oh, all of that shit coming back up.
All of this shit that's pent up from y'all heming and hoeing around each other and pretending and not talking about it and being pissed off secretly about it and internalizing it and hearing some stupid shit and looking at this person get killed and this person get off and this dude said this and this girl got kicked out of her house for dating a black dude and this dude got murdered and this dude didn't get a job and they gave this to the and this person got called the 400 years of that. This person got lynched and this person got da-da-da and this person got raped. 400 years of that shit. And then finally motherfuckers say enough, we gonna hash it.
Right.
That's just where we at. You know what I mean? It's gonna be ugly. It's gonna be ugly. There's gonna be some beautiful moments, but it's gonna be ugly, you know?
And I think what it is, we sowing the seeds, man. We are sowing the seeds. It's kind of like what Central Coach said. He was like, you know what I'm saying? Like y'all, like we're sowing the seeds now for black generational wealth at this point in time, right? And when we're, you know what I'm saying? And as we're doing that now that, you know what I'm saying, you have more people of color making more money and everything like that, and we start investments and all that stuff, things are going to change because then our money is going to start being old money. You know what I'm saying? And once we get involved in that, then that's when the elites it's going to start changing. You know what I'm saying? It's like this, but now we got to get the masses changed. Well, you know what I mean? And I think that is, you know what I mean, that's what we're getting to. Yeah. And it's like it's a painful situation because what happens is when you got that power for so long, that shit hurt when they pull it away from you.
And it ain't gonna happen overnight.
It ain't.
As far as just like, you know, the reform and things like that. But that's what I'm saying. And we get this started now. My son generation, another generation after that, it'll be work. You know what I'm saying? You could start really changing some things. Right. I forget. There's a study I saw where it was saying how long it takes, how like much effect on a culture it takes to affect a generation, and then how much time it takes to affect 2 or 3. Like we talking about like what's been perpetuated over the course of almost 450 to 500 years now.
Mm-hmm.
How long does it take to reprogram that shit? It's in there deep, bro.
Right.
It's a stain. It's gonna be hard to get out. We're gonna need some oxy and a power wash.
Mm-hmm.
And some holy water. You know what I'm saying? Like this racism shit, this shit's built this way.
Right.
So you're talking about asking in parentheses, asking the powers that be or massa, asking him to unask his power.
Mm-hmm.
That's not going to be an easy or a delicate situation.
No.
That's going to be rubber bullets and tear gas and misinformation
Yep.
and trying to make people look bad.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
White supremacy's last stand. That's what I'm saying. It's kicking and screaming
Right.
to stay where it's always been. And you have young people that are deciding that the next generation for themselves and their kids is not going to be that way. White, black, all colors. Like, I even see the Karens. These young girls are like, we're not going to be Karens.
Right.
I'm seeing white girls out there take rubber bullets and tear gas. You see what I'm saying? I'm just seeing every narrative is understanding that I can be George Wallace in the history books, or I can be Bernie Sanders standing next to Dr. King and them. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Like you can't stand by no more and say it was a quote that I saw. It was one of the it was a Jewish guy, and hold on, let me find it on my phone. But he was like, when it came after the socialists, I didn't speak up because I wasn't socialist.
Right.
When it came after the capitalists, I didn't speak up before because I wasn't a capitalist. When it came after the Jews, I didn't speak up because I wasn't Jewish. But when they came after me, there was no one left to speak up for me.
Right.
And that's powerful in a sense. It's like this because it's too much. Kind of like what you said before. You was like, because a lot of people need shit to be written down, and this whole situation isn't written down, blatant out to them.
Right.
Because what it does, it gives them plausible deniability about what's going on, and that's what's been been happening in white America way too long. Where as a whole, where it's not like you know what I'm saying. Like when we look at it, was like this. It's not that every white person is racist. It's a small percentage that are racist, right? They got the formula. It's the larger percentage that were like, well, I don't see it. And it's hard to see it when you like Carson Wentz. When Carson Wentz said, I grew up in North Dakota. Everybody was white where I'm from. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I mean? This is the Eagles quarterback.
I don't even know what Carson's like, I don't even know what y'all talking about, man.
Right. I just know it's wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Look, I just learned the electric slide last week. You know what I'm saying?
So Carson's like, man, I'm being truthful. I don't have no clue what's going on in Black America. I don't. But I see where it's where the reason why when you take a look at it.
And on that note, I think that's the thing, right? Because people like are saying, yo, I don't know what to say. I don't want to say the wrong thing.
Right.
So that is part of like what some people is complicit in their silence. And I would just say to them is like, yo, start with your intention. You know what I mean? This is like what a lot of stars and people are doing is saying like, look, I don't know if this is right or wrong, but I'm just going to speak from the heart because I care about and respect the lives of African Americans and Black people in this country, or my friends, my Black friends, or my Black people that I consider family and loved ones, or ex-boyfriends and girlfriends, whatever that thing is. All you have to do is just start like with that intention of like, yo, I don't want death for them. I don't want them to die. I just want to, you know what I'm saying? And then you can argue the politics after that. But if you start from that with your intention of saying like, yo, this is from a place of love because I don't want to see, if you're an American,
right,
whether that's Black, white, whatever color you are, if you consider us all American, you should start from that because this is an American issue. Americans are being killed. Americans,
innocent
Black Americans,
right.
But specifically, your African American and your Latino population. Why is that? You know what I'm saying? Because there's an element in the air of it's acceptable.
And my thing is this right here: all these documentaries out there, y'all can't go out there and watch these documentaries. They're on Netflix. You know what I'm saying? It's like information is out there that can change your perspective of what's the fuck that's going on.
What I say, bro, it's work. It's work. You gotta want to do it. It's work.
Yeah.
I seen 13th. I
Right.
seen When They See Us. I
Mhm.
seen Rosewood. Everybody ain't took the time to watch all that shit and cry and have snot running out their nose and feel bad and
But why would you though?
stare in the bed at
Because
the
you're
ceiling
supposed
thinking
to.
about the shit that night. You know what I mean? Cats.
No. What I'm saying is, if you feel like you understand everything already, I went to school. I remember history class when this and that happened and all this, that, and the third. If you think you know the answer, then you're not gonna do any research. There's no benefit to even go out there and be like, I want to go check this out because you said I should. No, I already know this story. I don't need to listen to that. You gotta think that it's a wall. If I think I know, then I'm not gonna ask the question. And I don't care
what it is. It's more like this, Pete. It's more like you don't want to be wrong. You don't want to be.
I'm just showing the point of view.
Right, that's what I'm saying. They don't want to be wrong. It's like this. The information is right there. If they don't want to be wrong, they don't want to take the time out to say, look into it. It's kind of like right now where we have, like, you know what I'm saying? If you like me, Kazi, and Justin, and Pete Nominal, a lot of us, and Candy too, a lot of us have white friends that want to be a part, that don't know what to do, but are asking us, what should we read? Where should we go? What should we do? Stop. Don't ask us. Go out there and find it.
Well, you should. No, they do need some guidance. It's not a responsibility. It's not a responsibility, but some people have no idea where to start. No idea where to start. You know what I'm saying? And so they count on an Angela Rye. They count on a Sean King or however you feel about what's the homie name? D-Ray? McKesson, like, you know, or so like whoever they follow. Everybody, you know, there's a lot of different people. Tamika Mallory. You know, there's just a bunch of different people that you could follow for your critique. But I do recommend helping, because this isn't it ain't gonna be a go figure it out for yourself, white people. You're not gonna have a much success rate from that, because what if they go figure that shit out? Like who they getting the information from? I'd rather them get it from me, or a little bit of perspective from me, than anyone else, honestly. Anyone else. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because you got the opportunity with a white person that knows you personally to touch them in a different way. Honestly. So a white person that knows you personally, you might be their, you know what I'm saying, their only window of perspective.
The bagger Vance.
For real. You might be the only hope.
Right. Okay, I can see that. Well,
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'll pull. Then would you put in that perspective?
Yeah,
I'll pull back on mine. So I'm like, okay, here are some things that you should start off with.
Right, but it's not your job or your responsibility.
Right.
For those that you're like, yo, you're a good dude, man. I'm gonna help you out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying.
He said, because you're the only hope.
Yeah, because some cats don't know where to start, man. And they're like, yo, I want to help, but what do I do? How can I help? What do I do? How do I enlighten myself and inform myself, you know?
One thing they need to understand is that it's a nuanced conversation. Not everyone's the same, first and foremost. I think that's a one of the issues that goes kind of in between what we're talking about. It's kind of all or nothing. All the protesters are rioters. Everyone who's out is looting. Right. Everyone who ran into Walmart is fighting for George Floyd.
Right.
It's the same thing. Like, that's what people don't. There's layers of things happening at once. You can't think everything you see is all one picture. Like, that's another. I think that's probably the main issue, really, outside of the ignorance of how we got here. But it's not all or nothing. It's not everybody, or you know what I'm saying. If they can get that particular thing down pat, I think that would help tremendously. It's a nuanced conversation.
Yeah,
go ahead. Let me get y'all.
No, you good, brother. Nah, I mean, because I'm just adding on, like, because that's what I think like I said, we want to stay focused and remain focused on the subject at hand. You know, this made me go back when, you know, and look at Selma and look at, you know, around the time that they were trying to get the Civil Rights Act signed. It made me go back and look at the time that Dr. King died. And these are the type of things that happened. once people became sympathetic to the movement, then you had people spreading misinformation. You had people saying that like, oh, there were mobs of black people going around just looking to kill whites. You know what I mean? They wanted you to have fear for what a free black person looked like, or like without black people, without authority, being in control of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like they want to create a public fear of that, right? They want you to be scared to the point where you say like, well, we got to vote for Trump because he's the only one that's going to save us from these crazy monkeys that we're watching on TV right now.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Let me stoke that fear. Let me stoke that fear and misinformation, you know, about like, see, you see, this is why.
But on the other hand, homeboy,
that's part of the narrative.
Right.
But that's part of the narrative. Let's spin it what we need it for. It's black people looting. It's black people wilding. This ain't this ain't da. And that's why I said when you talk about violence, you got to be careful, because if we want to get in a conversation about American violence and white violence against African Americans, it's damn near, it's terrorist.
It's terrorist.
Yes.
It's terrorist.
Yeah, we go back into all the
saying?
times we were doing peaceful protests and marching and cops sending dogs on us, and they was beating us with
like if people calling for it right now, like yo,
beating us with hoses, and you know what I'm saying? And that and these were peaceful protests, demonstrations, whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm saying?
And y'all worried about us, you know what I'm saying? Not us, but protesters. You know what I mean?
Well,
and it's like there's a difference between protesters and looters, man. Like 100% difference. It's like this. Like I could almost guarantee, if you know what I'm saying, if we went out on the streets right now and we spent 24 hours on the streets or whatever, we was in the same areas with the protesters, and then we allow nighttime to come, we're not going to see the same bodies and the same faces out there doing that shit.
Bro,
you know
I saw Batman out that motherfucker, man.
Yo, when Batman came out, did he walk through that smoke so gangster?
You see what I'm saying?
I was like, yo, he here to save the city, goddamn it.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I'm talking about. Like, you know, there's an element of like, okay, defiance, you can't make us go home, which that is the movement. There's an element of protest. There's an element of cats still holding up their signs and shouting with George Floyd in their house. But past that, you know what I'm saying, past the cats that are getting like, you know, that are really trying to protest, it's a bunch of random factors. It's a bunch of random, like not random, but different. There is no cause. Everybody's their own little cause.
Right.
You got some little like purge motherfuckers. You got some cats that are like super militant. You got some cats that are like, you know, fuck it, we just gonna get us a color TV. Like everybody's got their own cause out there. I don't even know.
Some people are opportunistic. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Like it's just everybody out there wilding at that point for what they wilding for. You know what I'm saying? And it's just hard. I just don't want that, like I said, to ruin the moment, ruin the movement, ruin the reason that we're here. And that conversation started to take over in media and in conversation. And so I just wanted to make sure we just stayed focused on what the hell it is we here doing. And because this was a theme, this is how it is. Once people become sympathetic to the movement, they want to do something to make the mass public unsympathetic to it.
Of course.
Don't feel sorry for them. Look how they tearing this shit up.
Well, then it's like this. It's like this.
Know?
When I go back to that, there's some shit like when they burned down the police, when they burned down the police station, when they burned up police cars and all that stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? That's money that those are buildings and everything like that. As taxpayers, we pay for. And I'm not digging jumping into someone's small business and taking all the fucking coffee out of Keisha's coffee stand. You know what I'm saying? I'm not.
Yeah, it's counterproductive.
Right, it's counterproductive. You know what I'm saying? Protect the small businesses, but like I'm saying, the places of, you know what I'm saying, when you see where the tyranny's coming from, you know what I mean? Like when you tear down and you burn down the market center in Fayetteville, you know what I'm saying? You set that on fire. That is something. That's a symbol of
right. There you go. Now, if you a rebel, I'm like, at least you got a cause, right?
Right.
You burn down the slave house.
Slave house. Okay, I can get with that. You burn the police car. You burn up the police station. Those are things that I'm like, well, okay,
that makes sense.
Makes sense.
Right. You on
household and getting the fresh and alcohol shit. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm not down. I'm not down with you in the Foot Locker getting Jordan. You know what I'm saying? I'm not down with that shit.
You burned down the Aldi.
You out there burn down the Aldi's. You out here. You out here, you know what I'm saying, doing dumb shit like spray painting a Starbucks. Like Starbucks ain't did shit to you. You know what I'm saying?
Actually, they did.
Let me y'all talking about Aldi. It's funny because somebody will create something and be like, no, Aldi is da-da-da-da-da. That means they're supporting the police and da-da-da. Like I've seen joints talking about, Target is fully funding the police department. Like, no, that's not true. You're a taxpayer. Your taxes fund the police department. Your taxes fund the streets. Your taxes fund the schools. Anything in the police budgets. Your taxes do that. Like like stop with the false narratives.
Listen, first of all, I want to say this right here, all these in Target, they're great places. But let's talk about this situation with Wendy's. We happened? Wendy's because they're saying cancel them because they supported the owner, the CEO supports Trump.
Man, there's a lot of companies or CEOs that support Trump.
Amazon supports Trump.
Chick-fil-A allegedly supports Trump, and guess what? I'm still going to Chick-fil-A.
You better not go to Chick-fil-A. We will not go to Chick-fil-A, even though it had the best service ever. We're going to Burger King. Chick-fil-A.
Call it what you want.
Hey, good afternoon, Bishop. How can I serve you today?
You know what I'm saying?
Fuck you fascist bastard.
They said, my pleasure.
Fascist bastard, my pleasure. You call me a fascist bastard? It would be my pleasure to be a fascist bastard for you. What would you like with that?
But now, like y'all was saying, it's like, like the count, you know what I'm saying? The actual counter, the cancel culture is out here hard body. It's like, we can't go, we can't do these things. But again, kind of like with
it came for Drew Brees today.
You got to look into the franchise, the people that franchising the joints, because they are franchises. So that means that the owner of your local Chick-fil-A may not be a Trump supporter.
May not be.
You said what now?
Since they're franchises. You know what I'm saying? They're franchise.
Like Chick-fil-A. All of them are
independently owned.
Huh?
They're independently owned, which you're getting that correct.
Yeah. They're independently owned, right. So if I brought a Chick-fil-A,
I'll say
y'all already know what my stance is. I don't want, you know what I'm saying? I don't want y'all to cancel all of Chick-fil-A. Look into the ownership of your Chick-fil-A, see where they at with it, and then you can proceed as it should go in your town.
How I'm feeling right now, and this has been this current runs through my life in several different ways. The people who I thought they were are the ones reaching out to me saying, Kev, are you cool? Yo, Kev, I know there's a lot going on in the world. I'm just making sure you all right, you good. The people who I thought were solid like that are reaching out. Anybody else that got a run to go fix their face right now because of the current climate is like, they finna out me, or like, companies. I'm just saying, a lot of these corporations have never taken an interest in this issue, and it's become the issue du jour, and they trying to avoid. Now here come the mob down the street with the torches and the pitchforks, and they're like, hey, we just want to make sure you guys know that that Sony supports the black community, and we will do everything. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
It is a knee-jerk. It is a knee-jerk reaction from a lot of these fucking companies. The ones that was with it before now. They was with it before now, and you knew that.
Child of
there's a lot. Yeah, but there's a lot of people that are trying to get out the way of this wave that's coming because they don't want to get their brand's ass beat, if that makes any sense at all. You know what I'm saying?
The only real niggas is Ben and Jerry's. Goddamn right. Ben and Jerry's don't what? Ben and Jerry ain't never clear.
But you I saw that Bank of America like, we're going to donate $1 billion. I'm like,
$1 billion.
Right. But they just had a class action lawsuit like 2 years ago for like $400 million that they had to pay back because for discrimination process on like loans and a whole bunch of
Oh, they got to get in front of it now. It's like this. It's like this. Now because what they had to do when they got that joint, they start hiring people of color in those boardrooms, and they like this. And now and then, this is what they did. They was like this. It's me, you, P, and the joint. We the only 4 black dudes in the boardroom. And when this shit popped off, they all did this. So what should we do?
Right. They all looked at him. Thank God, though,
right,
that he was in the boardroom, because if you're not in the boardroom, you get the decision made without him, and that's what you see so much of. I think that's what you're seeing so much of, decisions made. You can always tell when there wasn't a brother or sister in the room, and a decision was made about us. That's all I'm saying.
Right. But then, even then you can tell when it is, but then it's still not genuine. It's only made because someone's in the room. It's not a genuine thing. Like even with the NFL, they put their stance out about the whole kneeling and the whole disparity thing. I'm like, you know what, Roger Goodell, you probably talked to Jay-Z because it took you a couple days, and he said, yo, I need to say something. You know what I'm saying? And whatever. So that
facts.
Yo, you see me swearing, my back hurt. You gotta forget that.
Now you're right. I never wanted Jay's ass over there. I never felt that Rock Nation should have messed with the NFL, because when you're talking about like accountability and who's gonna keep it real, the NBA gonna lead the way on that. Like it's a totally different thing. Like the NFL, it's truly being ran like plantation shit. You know what I'm saying? And like I never really realized it until Kaepernick exposed it. Like, because I love NFL football and I love it, and I still do. I love the sport. I don't love the way it's being ran, but I love the sport because I've had football change my life. Football is part of who I am. You know what I'm saying? And so like that made me who I am. And so like, you know, to see how they run it. NFL, you don't have a right. You can't speak. What Jerry Jones say? If you a cowboy, your ass gonna stand for. If you a cowboy, he might as well said it like that. If you's a cowboy, you gonna stand for the anthem, boy. He might as well said it like that. He might as well have said it like that.
Because I got shareholders.
And that's the difference between the NFL and the NBA. Because the NBA, LeBron, D Wade, CP3, Melo gonna come out on stage together in solidarity.
Right.
Right. Kobe, rest in peace, with a speech and a statement and an action and points of action.
Right.
Difference between the NBA and the
NFL. Because it's like this. It's because, it's what it is. The difference between the NFL and the NBA. It's like this. Like outside of the top 5 players on each team, we don't know the faces, right? Because they wear helmets. Like, you know what I'm saying? We know what Kuzma looks like, unfortunately. You know what I'm saying? We know what JaVale McGee looks like. You know what I'm saying? We know who these people, like I'm talking about these bottom tier ass players. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that, you know what I mean? We know what the Lopez brothers look like. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I know. Hold on. Put some respect on JaVale McGee's name, bro. I mean, JaVale McGee got like 3-4 rings, bro.
Yo, Jamel. Shut
up.
He
only saying it because he got his jersey on right
Shut up. You know what I mean? Listen, JaVale McGee just got good last year. You know
what you mean? We'll talk about this another time. Yeah.
Have you ever? No. We can talk about this right now.
Right now,
we need
JaVale McGee.
JaVale McGee. Hold on. JaVale McGee has been top tier acting a fool for the last 7 years of his first.
That's because Shaq liked to pick on him. He had some bonehead moments. Don't get me wrong.
He's had many.
But JaVale McGee is a baller. JaVale McGee is a baller.
But I mean. But we know who JaVale McGee is because they show his face.
Hey, since we talking about the NBA, you see, like the post they talking about, they're gonna bring it back like next month or something like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
What was it? Like they only do like a couple games, like 8 games or something like that.
So
but it's all gonna be in Florida. I didn't read the whole thing.
So what they're gonna do? They're gonna do a bubble. It's gonna be like a bubble type of league now. They're gonna take 22 teams. They're going to take 22 teams that were in playoff contention. You know what I'm saying? That were about to make the playoffs, right? So they're going to take those 22 teams and they're going to do a small regular season so they can play into the playoffs. And then they're going to have the playoffs like we normally would. But instead of them going back and forth, they're just going to have it in one place. and that's how they're going to do it. So they're going to kind of do it almost like NCAA tournament style, like where all the teams are going to be in this for this region is going to be this one arena. That's what they're going to do, and they're going to rock it out that way, which is dope. Without a crowd, I think is go the other way, Kazi.
But
you go right. You go.
He got a jersey, and you know what I'm saying, with the Kobe. That's fine.
Can we mute
him?
You
know what? He's been a Lakers fan. He was a Bobcats fan last year. So I ain't trying
to hell. I ain't never been a Bobcats.
You had the Bobcats joint.
I never was a fan of Bobcats.
Come on now.
Nah, I never was. I got
you had the Kimber jersey, man.
No, never. And I'm a Georgetown dude, so I would never, because he went to UConn. But I got respect for him. He's dope. But nah, I never. Now that the Hornets are back, I can rock with it again. But Bobcats, I could never get.
Never rock with the Bobcats. Nah, I didn't feel good about the Bobcats.
Nah.
Shout out for New Orleans getting the Pelicans and giving us back the name and shit. You know what I'm saying? So that was dope.
Yeah, the Hornets, it feels right.
Yeah,
with North Carolina, it just feels right.
It's what we grew up on. So
yeah, and even just, I don't know, it just seems
right. Way doper too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
it's one of the dopest team colors.
Burnt orange and gray was terrible. I guess it was like,
but that purple though.
Hornets got some of the dopest colors in the league. And if they take it back and start wearing them, the Anders Alexander Julians again, they'd be better off. Right. They wore the joints that Grandmama and Alonzo Mourning wore again.
The pinstripe
joint?
Yeah, Alexander Julian. Yeah. Chapel Hill dude designed those. Alexander Julian. Yeah. So if they go back to those, come on, man. Jerseys would be jumping out the gym.
Yeah, you know what else I like with the pinstripes? The Bulls jerseys with the pinstripes. I like those too.
The black ones. The black ones I did.
I never liked them. I never liked them.
You never like those? I think they look better. You know what I'm saying? Like, the Bulls won't ever change up their. They're never going to change. Like, it's certain teams that will never change their logos up. They'll be fresher. It's like the Bulls, the Celtics, the Lakers. They won't change their shit up. That shit is like classic.
Yeah. You don't mess with that.
Except that at least their shorts is matching now. Because back in the day, y'all was rocking purple jerseys with blue shorts.
Yeah. The only other Jordan jersey I like is there's two different ones I like. I like the Chicago in cursive. Like early 86, 87,
early
88 shit. Yeah. When he used to rock the herringbone, it was in cursive.
Right.
And then they had the
couple years he was out.
Yeah, exactly. That Chicago in cursive shit was hot. And then you had like where it was like Bulls here, and then 23 was like real little down like by its like belly button and abdomen. They had those were hot. You know what I'm saying? But like the classic Bulls across the chest 23 or Chicago across the chest 23, that'd never go out of style. Never go out of style. Never. So, never. 45 is questionable. If you just showing you a Jordan head if you rock 45. You just showing, that you really rocked with him through all his eras.
Right.
But the 40, there's nothing glamorous about rocking 45 though, unfortunately.
When he came back, he still did his thing though.
It's just saying
he got bounced.
It's saying that I got the 45 jersey. It's one of those situations,
Right. You got the Kilroy jersey.
It's like I got the Allen Iverson Memphis Grizzlies jersey. I got that.
Yeah,
I'm holding down with the Iverson. You know what I'm saying? No.
The only
I was like, I don't want to mess with you, but it was
the only AI jerseys I recognize are Philly and Denver. I don't recognize the Detroit. I don't recognize that other shit because he was done by then. He was just kind of balling for cash by then.
Yeah, he was balling off
pick me up. I'm still good.
Yeah, like I got bills. I'm out here balling because I got bills to pay.
Yo.
Them last years, but the Philly Iverson and the Denver Iverson.
He got one of the illest deals though, like sneaker deals with Reebok. That $53 million. He's supposed to get it like next year or like 2 years.
Yeah. Really?
He's gonna be Reebok. He's gonna be Reebok for the death.
Yeah, it was a lifetime contract. It was a lifetime contract.
And
it was like $1 million a year, but then once like 2021 or 2022 hit, they was going to give him a lump sum of $53 million.
AI. Can we get a round of applause for Allen Iverson?
Practice.
The long way.
We
You
talking
know what
about
I'm saying? The long way, bro.
There you go. That's
Yeah, come on. Woo! That Georgetown 3 is pretty. That Hoya
Boy, that is
3.
that's
Good
lovely.
Lord. AI is you talking about one of my favorite ballers and people. You know what I'm saying? I love AI, man. I never met him, but AI is the shit to me.
I met him one time.
Really.
Yeah, I was wearing that Foot Locker. He came in, bought some Timbs.
AI, I will say this. The
I'd
Mount
been mad as shit.
I'm gonna go as far as to say this: the Mount Rushmore of black male swag in that era was AI. Was AI.
He changed it.
Yeah.
He literally changed it.
Like everybody wanted to swag like AI. I'll tell you. I'll even go as far as to say this because I was young boy then. I was still going to Miami for my Memorial Day weekend, 4th of July. You know, doing wild shit, doing fun stuff. I was down on Memorial Day, Miami that year. I want to say it was 2000, maybe 2001. I was down there. And everybody was out on the block. There was like, I walked by Nori rolling up a blunt, Jada, everybody, just all of New York and the industry was out there. I shit y'all not, cats were like, yo, AI, yo, there go AI, there go AI. AI came down like Ocean. He was either Collins or Washington. No, it was either Collins or Washington. We wasn't on Ocean. I think it might have been Collins. AI came down the block on like one of them little Vespas, like a little scooter, like the joint like that.
Right.
I shit you not. There was 10 girls chasing him down the street.
What?
Like AI was on the scooter like zzz, and there was 10 girls running, chasing him. Like, AI, wait. And it wasn't even it was desirable women.
Said desirables.
No, I'm just saying because you wasn't.
Your top 10 was chasing AI.
Nah, yeah, facts. On a scooter down the street, I saw grown women chasing a scooter down the street, and I was like, I never had seen no shit like that. Dead ass. I never seen that.
Man, it was like this. You know when AI had the dopest cultural impact was when Cass was was making the sleeves. Remember when he was cutting off these t-shirts and making the AI sleeves?
Yeah.
Like, yo, like B, you ain't got an elbow injury. What the fuck you got a compression? Like, yo, Cass, like AI changed the game where it's like some cats in that, like, because he was the first person with the compression sleeve on, which turned into this whole compression game. Now it's like cats like Anthony Davis wear pajamas under their jerseys and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. Hidden part of my history, I had cornrows for almost 4 years.
I was going to ask if you had that cornrows.
Oh, everybody,
I had braids. I had cornrows for almost 4 years. And AI, when I seen how AI would rock his, I was like, oh, I just can't have this straight. I just can't have a Tyrone. I can't have a Tyrone lose. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like I can't have the sharecropper braids where it's just like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like, nah.
Straight back, you got a little tail like this long.
Yeah, it looked like 5 rows of corn and cotton and shit.
Barely put a rubber band on it.
No hang time.
I can't have the sharecroppers. You know what I'm saying? I gotta have my shit gotta squiggle. My shit gotta like wiggle and go around in a certain. Like AI put that pressure on you,
right?
Where it's like, my shit got to be clean, and I got to be able to put on a bandana,
right?
And had the braids come down, and then you put the rocks in my. Yo, that's all AI shit, bro. You know what I'm saying?
This right here, but I'm gonna say because during this time, we cannot forget about when it comes down to braid culture, because I also had braids too. That nigga Jaheim. Jaheim used to have some. Yo, he'll make you go back to handle some shit too. Yo, trust me. Jaheim was the first cat. Jaheim before AI did it. You know how they used to be small up front, Kazi, and then they got thicker to the back. Jaheim was the first cat I saw with those when they were small in the beginning and thick in the back. They did all this. I went to my stylist. She was like $70. I was like, yeah, just give me the AI. So I'm gonna just get the braids. Give me 2 cornrows with the braids going into them. I want those.
I used to pay Shorty $80 that would do mine. Facts, and I needed it done like every 2-3 weeks.
Every 2 weeks.
Saying?
Yeah, this motherfucker like this.
Yep, Pat. You want you?
Shit,
them starts itching, but that's on whoever does them. Because if they do it with the VO5 or they do it with the hot oil treatment in their hands while they do it, it don't itch as bad.
Right.
You take it and put it in your. Anyway, you know the treatment. You know how to
Right.
take care of
Oil and all that.
you know
Yep.
what I'm saying? Yeah, for sure.
Like I got a true story about that shit. Like I was working in Limbs when it was at South Square Mall or whatever. So this was when I used to get braids and shit like that. And
was Billy your manager?
Billy, no, this was after I left Fines. This was after I left Fines.
Okay.
Billy was never my manager. We were
co-workers after that time. Okay.
Co-assistant managers. You know what I'm saying? He was never my boss.
Gotcha. Okay, right on.
But this is after Billy had left. I think he went down to wherever they had the other joint. But that's neither here nor there. So
yeah, because he started managing in Greenville. Yeah.
Right. He was like, my manager was like, yo, man, y'all should get manicures. Because we worked in it's like I was like, Lo, B, I'm gonna tell you this right here. I can't get a manicure. He's like, why? I said, I'm already getting my hair done. I can't go get my nails done. I can't get my nail and hair done. You know what I'm saying? There's still of toxic masculinity back then. It was like, yo, I cannot get my hair and my nail. I'm already going get my hair done.
Yeah.
I can't do both.
Hold on. Who recommend? Somebody recommend. Somebody said, "Yo, son, I think we should all go get manicure."
We should get manicure. No, he was like, no. He said this. You got because he got he at that time he was like you know what I'm saying, he was dressed up so cats with suits and stuff like that got manicures. It's like what, early 2003, so it was still new to us, manicures and stuff like that. You know what I mean? He went got. I said, B, I can't get my hair and my nails done. It's just full on. Nowadays I would go get my hair done and fucking manicure.
Especially getting your feet did, that needs to be a thing. I'm getting my feet up to speed, man. You got to get your feet did because you put them.
I don't like people touch my feet.
I feel like his shit look like Bill Cartwright feet. I feel like you got bad looking feet, man.
No, I ain't got bad feet. I'm good.
Just
I don't like people touching my feet.
Just come in because they grab back.
So it look crazy like this.
Yo, look.
The monkey's paw. That's what
this would just be due to you. Get off me.
When they go over the end of the shoe like that right there.
Oh.
I gotta go buff. I gotta go like whatever the matte color polish is. You know what I'm saying? It's gotta be clear.
What always comes to mind whenever I have this conversation with anyone is like, I'm gonna get you, sucker, like the Bunyan in that movie.
Boy.
And then that episode of Martin where they were working on her corns and her bunions, and they had the sand blast, and it was like sparks flying, and she was like, and it was sparks flying off of her feet.
Oh no! When Cole cut his toenail and that shit broke the lamp.
Oh
yeah.
Yo,
man. All of that. So yeah, that's what comes to mind. You start talking about feet, for sure.
Yeah, man. You got what Danny said. Yo, the only person who can do my feet is wifey. Like, man, yeah, because she loves you. You know what I'm saying? Because that means you got terrible looking feet.
If she touch your feet, do your feet.
She's trying to save you from her own ankles.
Right.
Let me go ahead and do these joints.
Let me do these joints. Because
I gotta lay in the bed with him.
Hey, man, thick toenails.
That's it.
These prehistoric Jones.
We got
wine corks.
Then we got ace blade feet. Let me see. Daddy should have never said that. We're gonna be talking about your feet all night now.
That's that Jurassic.
Oh man.
That's it. All right. Anyway. Oh man, yeah. I
Yo,
need
you look
my
at the
feet.
Danny's feet, you like, damn, when you step in poison ivy, what's going on?
Okay. All right.
Oh shit.
What else going on in the world, cuz?
Yo,
COVID-
did y'all watch
COVID.
the not the Weinstein, the Epstein thing?
Yes. Have you watched
I'm
that?
watching it. I'm gonna watch it. I might watch that shit tonight after we get off the air.
I fucking
Crazy.
so Just hit me up. I should say just hit me up and was like, yo, you gotta watch this shit. So I was going, all right, cool. Was it
It's an
Monday?
Epstein. It's an Epstein or a Weinstein.
Epstein.
Which
Epstein.
which Steen? Which
Epstein.
pervert Steen are we talking about?
Epstein.
The Epstein, dude that killed himself. Epstein.
And
Allegedly.
was providing everybody with the underage girls.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, yo, his
His specialty.
that's what, you know, because they think
His
they
specialty.
talk about like how he got rich, man.
Yeah,
And
his
you know,
specialty.
and I believe that this dude is really a fucking monster. You know what I'm saying? It was
Yeah.
like the sickness about it, and it was like this. What he did was he put himself in a circle where it fucking fertilized and cultivated his sickness. Like everybody that he was around was okay
Wanted-
with this shit. It's kind of
They
like
wanted him. They wanted it. They're like, yo, this is the dude that's got the best weed.
right. It's
This is the dude. Yo, this is the dude that's got the underage girls. Hell yeah.
But
Come
the
on,
way
come
he
on.
did it, he
The way
did
he
it
did it.
almost like it was like a MLM, like it was like a pyramid joint. He'd be like,
Yeah.
yo, I'm gonna give you $200 if you do this for me. They go ahead and do the massage or sex or whatever. And he'd be like, yo, if you go get another girl, I give you another $200 and I'm gonna get her $200.
Right.
So then the other girl gonna bring another girl. Hey, he telling them both, hey, y'all both bring another girl back. I'm gonna both give y'all $200 and then
So what he was doing was just right here, and he was
he was
keeping
using the girls to recruit.
right.
Girls,
Even
them
the
girls
girls-
like, yo, I was bringing him like 20, 30 girls. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Damn.
There was these
Damn.
chicks was
It was like a crazy fucking spider web
right.
of like all the like this girl bringing 40 girls, this girl was bringing him 30 girls, that girl was bringing him 10 or 15 girls, another girl's bringing him like.
And then this was a part about it though, Kazi. It was like this. So a girl takes girl A takes girl B into this into the room like, yo, she pitches like, yeah, this dude gives me $200 to give him a massage. So say if he freaks the girl out, right? If he freaks the chick all the way out, she gets freaked out.
His
You know what
girlfriend.
He plays it cool.
What up? What up, Bill?
Here's your money. Here's your money. Listen, I know this may not be for you, but if you go get me another girl, I'll keep giving you $200, and for every girl that you bring, you don't have to do anything anymore.
Yep.
Mhm.
So that
Wow.
what that does is this right here. That keeps
Separates.
from telling, because now I don't have to do anything. All I gotta do is bring another chick in with me,
Right. I'm getting paid.
and I'm getting paid. And I'm getting paid every time. You know what I'm saying? So it's like this
That's a sick fuck.
sick.
That's a
What I'm
sick
saying,
fuck.
It was sick. And then not only that, his girlfriend was in
Yes.
on it too.
Was in on it. Right.
Yep.
That's what I
Like,
seen. That she
It
was.
was crazy. And then they all came from money. That's why I was like, yo, when they got when you got that much money, like you be doing some real crazy
shit.
You
See,
can. I'll say this because you get
Like-
into and what I've kind of been. How can I say? I've been close enough to people that high up to at least dip a toe in the pool.
Mhm.
You know, even if that's not my reality, I've been around enough people that high up to dip my toe in the pool. It's a whole different reality. It's a reality where no one tells you no. If
Right.
you can surround yourself in a way that no one tells you no, then it's like whatever I want to do, and it's not a morality. It ain't your people or
Yeah.
someone that loves you as close to you saying, "Yo, this is fucked up. This is not who you are. Yo, bruh, this is wrong. You done gone too far with it, right? It's like R. Kelly. You done gone too far with it. You done bought a mansion. You got you got 6 girls in every room, and they're not eating. They're pissing in buckets. You done gone too far with it.
It's crazy. This man he got his own private island in the islands, and they coined it Pedophile Island.
You done gone too far. You done gone too far. But from the very beginning, you went too far. But if it was like grown women that were escorts or something like that,
these girls is like,
but these are underage,
14, 15,
right?
And they walking around and frolicking around this joint topless, all just, you know what I mean?
Right. It was like this.
Where are these fucking parents at? Like,
what it is this part right here, because what he would do is, again, you dealing with a motherfucker that's a billionaire, so he could take 1% of his wealth and change your life.
Epstein was a billionaire.
Epstein
was a billionaire.
Yeah, he was a billionaire.
Oh, so he was above the law. So he was above the law.
No, let's talk about this.
Was on parole.
Hold on. We didn't tell you about how he got locked, how they caught him.
They caught him the first time.
They prosecuted him in Miami. The dude that ran, what was the cat's name that was Trump's advisor? He was the
investigator.
He was the investigator at the time.
Yeah.
This motherfucker did this. They gave him a work release program. He's a pedophile now. Work release. 12 hours out of the day.
He was the dude. He was the warden for the jail.
Right. 12 hours. Like the dude that was the warden for the jail was shook as shit. Let's really talk about like how he was talking. He was intimidating the month. He was a soft ass.
He was like, it wasn't me. It wasn't me. He qualified. Like
12 hours out of the day. 12 hours out of the day. This is when he was supposed to be locked up.
Right.
He pled guilty to the shit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It was like boom.
18 months. He's supposed to serve 18 months.
18 months, served 15 months on an 18-month sentence. Was able to do work release. When he say work release, 12 hours out of the day was going away from the prison.
6 days a week. He was out. He was out of the jail. He left at 6 a.m. He had to be back by 6 p.m.
Yep.
Wow.
That's a lot of. And people was like, yo, he was having people come to his office.
Yep.
Smashing underage girls in his office.
Yep.
All that stuff would go back to jail. Said when his door was popped, it stayed popped all day. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have
the officer that they hired to be around him. They showed it. He got, for that whole 18 months, he got paid almost $200,000.
Yep.
So Epstein was basically like, "Look, bro, when I'm out, leave me the fuck alone."
Basically,
until it's time for me to go lay down for the night.
And that was just the receipts of like, hey, I'm paying you this $54 an hour, but you know what? Here's another $1,000. Like, you know what I'm saying? They showed they paid that man, that officer, at least $200,000, like $185 or whatever, $185,000 for that 18 months. But I'm pretty sure they was giving him a little bit more like cash, and he was just like, all right, I'm gonna turn the block out. Like,
come on, B, like turn around, like I'm a billionaire. B, what I care about giving you an extra $20,000.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
I gotta watch it. Is it one part or is it like
three or four?
Parts. 3 or 4 parts. I watched all 4 parts.
I'm watching his, and I'm watching Weinstein's the same way I watched Kelly's.
Yeah, Weinstein was really good
friends. They showed that they was really good friends, and I was a little shook. I got a little nervous, like when after he got convicted in Florida, and then he went to Africa with Clinton. And then they had Chris Tucker on there. I was like, no, not Chris Tucker.
Not Chris Tucker. But the chick said in Africa.
I didn't buy no underage.
That nothing happened in Africa.
Yeah, she's like, nah, nothing happened in Africa.
Like, nothing never happened in Africa. I was like, all right, whew.
I didn't buy no underage coochie man.
Right.
You can't prove I bought no underage coochie man. You ain't got me on tape.
I was like, damn, no, not Chris Tucker. But they got him like taking pictures with girls or whatever, and I'm like, oh.
And then you see a picture of them like people talking about like he was just an associate and stuff like that. But when you see these people talking to him, like, yo, I'm not talking to you. It's like this. It's a closeness there. Like you know how you
the one dude that owned the limited and all that other stuff. Like
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, you guilty as shit.
Yeah,
Right.
that's what some cats like.
Look what I'm saying when he was with Donald Trump and Bill Clinton, right? Bill Clinton was like, "Nah, I wasn't really cool with him." But there was obviously a picture of them when they were both high as shit. Like they was drunk as shit together. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can't mistake that these motherfuckers that had a little too many of whatever they had. They had this.
Nah, they got that picture of Bill Clinton in a blue dress, and he like, you know,
yep.
Yeah,
Bro, I don't doubt. Like, it's why he had to die. I mean, it's literally why he had to die.
Because he was. What it was this right here. It was like this. He had an escape plan. They was like when the Diving Bell. They was like when they did the search of his office. He had fake passports and diamonds.
Yep.
He was a flight risk.
Yep.
They were willing to pay. They were willing to pay $500 million to get him out. $500 million to get him out of jail.
Because he had all the secrets with him.
Right.
Basically.
That was Omerta right there.
No, because what it is like
everything had to go to the grave with him.
He had too much shit for too many powerful people. You know what I'm saying? Which made him untouchable for so long. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why he got that sweetheart deal, because you know what I'm saying all he got to do is pull in. He had cameras in his house in New York. He had a fucking that 7-story mansion in New York, and he said like he had like and it was made out of like the masonry. The bricks had little holes in it. He was inserting cameras through the holes, like pin cameras in the holes in every room. So it was like this. So whatever went down in his mansion, he recorded
everything.
Wow. Because he had blackmail on everybody.
Oh man, come on, man. If he would have lived, man, he wanted to get out, he'd have let loose Pandora's box. This shit right here, like America, you know it. Come on now, the fuck out of here. You know
the end of the world as we
know it.
That's
the life-changing shit right there. Like, I believe.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then they talk about, well, he hung himself. And the dude was like, he couldn't have hung himself, not with these fractures in this bone in his throat. Somebody killed him.
I think that was like a GoFundMe, dog. I think there was about 100 people that all put in on getting Epstein whacked. They like, yo, Epstein in jail. He about to tell. Like, shit, I got 10 on that. Yo, I got 100 mil on that.
I got
100,000. Hey, bro, put me down for like a couple.
Put me down.
Like, yeah. There was so many people that needed that done that it was easy to get done. Everybody chipped in.
This man had his own, like that island was self-sustained. Like,
yep.
Wow.
Everything. You know what I'm saying?
Pedophile island, huh?
They called it Pedophile Island.
Like one of the dudes that was running this shit, they interviewed him. He was like, "Yo, what if would you let your daughter come out here?" Dude was like, "I wouldn't let my daughter within 5 miles of this island." He was like, when I thought that shit, he's like, "Quit that day."
He's like, "Quit that day."
Quit that day.
Wow.
Because he realized, like, somebody was like, "Yo, man, you see what's going on out here, man?" Like,
yeah.
He caught the prince grinding on the little 17-year-old. She was 17 at the time, grinding on.
One of the princes of England or something.
Oh yeah, nah, that girl was like 13 or 14, cuz.
No, she was like 15 at the time. What she did, he trafficked.
I need you to do this for me.
Right.
The wife was like, I need you to do to him what you do to.
And his girlfriend told her that shit.
It was like,
that's crazy, bro.
Not
surprising.
They were doing this right here. They were sending them to school though. They was like, "All right, cool. We're gonna go ahead and put this little bit of money up for you to go to school to get your license or whatever." And
you want to be a massage therapist? All right, yeah, we'll send you to Thailand.
Yep, I'm gonna send you to Thailand to get your massage therapy classes. Like, I think your sister needs to go to this place so this shit looks good on her resume. Okay, and then he ended up abusing his sister.
You know what I'm saying? It's like both of them,
right? And some of these ladies were like they came from good money, so those are the ones. But the ones he did out in out in Miami, that $200 scheme, man, he did them little girls dirty, man.
Yeah,
He was just getting these chicks that were like 16 years old, having like an older chick like recruit them, and then
groom them for the job and whatnot.
yo, man, it was bad. Man.
Like, I'm just saying, like, take them and kind of show them how to lifestyle.
Yeah.
Like, just go out here and hang with them, sit on their laps.
Hey,
kind of.
You gonna pay you $200 to give them a massage?
Nah, that's no, Kazi. This is what this niggas doing to these girls. Okay, you drive up to the mansion. You know what I'm saying? You drive up to the mansion. They walk you up into they walk up into a room. He and they're already naked in the room.
Oh, really?
Like, you know what it is?
Like,
like out the gate.
I sit there like, you know what it is?
Damn, out the gate. As soon as I pull up,
you in the room with a naked 50-year-old dude, yo. It's like, yo,
shit.
And then
just keep it real. Trump laying in there.
No, they was talking about him. His experience.
Epstein. Yeah. Okay, I'm just saying because
they was like, yo, this is what we met him at. This mother was like, all right, cool. He was getting naked, you know what I'm saying, and touch the girl, jerk off, and then like, here's your $200 and leave.
Because there's one of the cases in the deposition against Jeffrey Epstein, Trump's named in it.
Oh yeah, he's a
yes to leave.
They showed that too.
Yeah, did they?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, because Trump. Because that girl grew up, you know what I'm saying, and she was like, "Nah, Donald Trump got me. He raped me twice."
It's like the dude that is the corporation is L Brand. L Brand owns like the Limited and Victoria's Secret and a couple other drinks.
Yeah,
he was a billionaire too. I can't think of his name, but he was on. Like they had him on there, and he was like, "Nah, bring the girl here. Let her say that I actually did something to her." You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And then
who said that? Donald Trump?
No, that guy.
One of the lawyers.
Okay.
But they had Donald Trump in there. You know, his name was in there. And then like the Prince of England. It was like, yeah, this girl. You know, yeah, him. You know, Harvey or not Harvey, whatever. Jeffrey and his wife was like, yo, whatever you do to me, you need to do to him. Like, you know what I'm saying? Type thing. It was crazy.
That's wild, bro.
Yeah, for real.
I gotta watch that. I definitely will be watching because I want to be informed.
Yeah, it was sick, yo. It was sick.
Because because this is the other side of it, right?
Prince Andrew, yes.
Yeah, Prince Andrew. And when we're talking about like what the things that go on, and it's like how R. Kelly is vilified and how Bill Cosby got vilified. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. How they came at. And then when it was like Harvey Weinstein's turn, it's like, shh, like don't, let's not play that movie. When it was Jeffrey Epstein's turn, it's like, hey, there's a Jeffrey Epstein movie out.
But you know what?
Cool. Look at
but at the same time, this is more put together. This is way more put together.
Is it? Okay. I look forward to checking it out, man. I do, because I don't want the narrative to be that, like, you know what I'm saying? It's just R. Kelly and Bill Cosby, and then you got the Epsteins and your Weinsteins out here too. You got your Epsteins and Weinsteins.
They got clips of the deposition, and every question they ask him, he's like, "I plead the fifth. I plead the fifth. I plead the fifth. I plead the fifth." Wow. Like he don't answer no question at all. Like, I plead the fifth. And the lawyer was like, you could tell he's a sociopath and a narcissist, and you know, I almost had him because I was asking him, you know, you can see like he was getting mad, like,
yeah,
you serious? Are you kidding me? Like, you know what I'm saying? They was like, hey, they say that your penis is the size of an egg, and does it? And like he's like,
it's tiny at the top.
Like he was getting offended. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he wanted to say something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Struck out his ego.
Oh man, he, like I said, he was one of those people that's like this. If he would have got in trouble, everybody's coming down with him.
Yep.
Yeah. That's yeah. Shout out to my cousin in the comments. That's what she said. He'd have told everything.
Yep.
He said everything, and he had dirt on, I think, everybody. I really think he had dirt on everybody. You know what I'm saying? So it would have been a day of reckoning to find out how many politicians and celebrities and government officials use his services.
What I'm gonna say is this right here. If that shit would have came out, I'm gonna tell you this would have happened. The greatest director going forward would have been Tyler Perry. He would have shut down the country to that point. Like it'd have been bad.
You said what now?
It was like this. You know what I'm saying? There was like the only director would be out here reading would be Tyler Perry. Like, yo, it'd be bad. It'd be that bad. Like, yo, there would be
Don't be so sure.
Right.
That Tyler Perry would be exempt.
Nah, see now, hold on. Now hold on. If you said Tyler Perry and like I would like if you said Tyler Perry and Kirk Franklin had an affair, I'd be like okay with that. I don't think Tyler Perry out here touching little girls. I don't think, you know what I'm saying? Nah, I think Tyler Perry like us on Intelligent Ratchet. You know what I'm saying? Like
I'm gonna refrain from tearing down Tyler Perry.
I'm not saying that's not tearing down.
No.
Tyler Perry may be gay or bisexual.
Listen. What I'm saying is Tyler Perry got his own conspiracy theories surrounding him.
Oh yeah, he does.
Go into that's what I'm saying.
So switching over to the verses because we just talked about Kirk Franklin. Kirk Franklin and Fred Hammond was on there.
Amen.
Last week on Sunday. That was
they sung your song too, Bishop.
They did never would have made it.
Marvin Sapp was in the building.
Yo,
I would have lost it all, but now
they killed it.
They killed it.
But naturally, they didn't have a lot. I won't say naturally, but you know, they didn't have a lot of viewers on there. It's probably like 2,000, as opposed to normally it's 450, to 700,000 people on any of the other ones. But
I'll say this, Just. You know what I feel on that night because I noticed it. Sunday night was one of the worst nights of the protest.
It was.
And so like it was kind of a distracting factor because I wanted to be present in both places, but one had my attention and it kind of like, you know what I'm saying, took away. When I missed it, I was like, damn, I missed that. You know what I'm saying? But like that night kind of was a lot going on that night. There was a lot going on that night. You know what I'm saying? Right.
Yeah, a lot.
Man, like I said, and then let's talk about the truth too, because we gotta also talk about maybe didn't have a lot of listeners because you know what I'm saying, a lot of black people are moving away from Christianity at this point.
Yeah, but at the same time, I think I had to go with Kazi on that. I think so many people were out on the street that it lost a lot of viewership.
We out on the street,
and it wasn't heavily promoted. Like I was
Bishop trying to say black people are going towards being atheists.
That's it,
or Muslim, or some type of different form of religion.
Muslim. Slum. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like, no, I mean, like, you know what I mean? It's like, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? That could be the reason for it, right? You know what I'm saying? It's like this, because we got a strong ass anti-Christian movement right now within the black community due to systemic racism. Yay!
I give you another perspective, Bishop. I don't think there's so much people are moving away from Christianity. I think it's one of those things where you got you basically bringing in the kumbaya factor, and everybody's like, enough of that kumbaya and enough singing and all that good stuff. We getting in these streets, we're gonna make our voice heard. We're not gonna be let's turn the other cheek. No, people want that mood, so that's why they won't interested. It's less about them promoting it or less about people, switching off Christianity. It's just y'all been doing this for X amount of years. And you basically trying to, it's not the right approach. Everybody's revved up, so they won't try to be all calm and happy, go lucky, and sing songs and See, that's how I see it. I don't think it was about who it was or when it was as much as it was about what it was. Right. People was like, it's action time. It's enough being nice about it.
And I saw and that brings up something when I seen too, when it was like I saw a meme or whatever, and you know what I'm saying, I'm not the most average churchgoer, but they would talk about how Jesus went into the market, got mad, and started flipping shit over. You know, I think it was like, yo, this is awesome. Like, yo,
that was in the church.
In the church,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Church gambling, stealing
Right.
shit,
Whatnot.
just like
You're
disrespecting
not
the
making
temple.
mockery of my father's house.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Disrespecting the temple.
So
They was
you know
running
what I'm
like it was like a casino in there.
saying? A word. They had
Yeah.
casino in church.
They had
Yeah.
casino night. When Jesus came in there and tipped all that shit over, started breaking stuff.
Right. And it was like, yo, be more Christian. I think and that's what the meme was. It's like, well, Jesus came in and started turning stuff over. Why can't we? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Let's see.
Then they said we need crime mob that night. That would have been enough if you buck.
boy, if Crime Mob came out,
Yeah, we knocking and bucking. Shake up a trans. Yo,
We rocking stilettos.
that's when the movie was. That's when they made good music.
We rocking stilettos. That was head busting.
That's yo.
You know,
Never
head busting.
scared.
Crowd era was tight.
that's that bull crap. Which call tried to hit me with yesterday?
What?
That's that
What?
bullshit you trying to hit me with yesterday.
What's that?
Never scared. I'm more.
Oh.
Yo, did you read the comments of these dudes threatening each other, yo, in the comments?
I
in our inbox.
In our
Look,
private
I had slept on it, and then that
Look,
was like,
Kazi don't
phenomenal
read it's like
and
he don't read text messages.
no, it
Like,
just depends on
Not at
what
all.
day. It just depends on what day, you know, it is. But because I love y'all still, but Nat hit me to it. She was like, Justin Phenomenal going back and forth.
I'm like, these fans he was like, yo, man, P was like, I don't like the way you yelling at me in these comments. Whatever.
But I'm like, I ain't even yelling. You don't see nothing in caps. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
all right,
You
whatever.
texted me that tone of voice, man.
That's how
Yo,
you
don't type to me that tone of voice. Yo, P was like, he's like, I'm ready to fight.
What I need, I'm gonna tell you what I need once and for all to squash. It's gonna settle it between Just and P.
Right.
It's a DJ battle, man. It's the only way. That's the only way we're gonna squash this, bro.
They need to do the next battle. They need to do the next battle.
Yeah, for real, because that's what this stems from. Just Aggie about P's DJ skills. Just as Aggie about P's skills as a DJ.
Yeah, yes.
You see what I'm saying? Because if y'all don't know, just as DJ resume, yeah, exactly. Just DJ, all of that. So he feel Aggie about P DJ skills. So there's only one way to settle this. No, you come at P about his DJ all the time. You tell him he's not a real
right,
DJ. You criticize his equipment.
P, I be coming for you all the time about the DJ.
Hey man, you was razzing me pretty hard, but I took it address. You know,
In the beginning, right?
Yo, you've been coming at this man about his DJ.
And I said, your DJ know how to scratch. You ain't a real DJ.
That's what I'm saying.
But what he do is he be layering it. He be like, if you can't scratch, you ain't a real DJ. Yo, that's trash. You ain't a real DJ. He's like, I don't like these two songs. Hey, you ain't a real DJ.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. We just need to just have a DJ, just like Juice, just like the movie Juice with Omar Epps. We just need to have a DJ.
Unless you got some new marks or some Tech 12.
Right.
Oh my god.
You can't have CDJs. You want to allow CDJs?
No.
You may mess up the shot. Just like I can show you, you know what I'm saying? Look, I got some new marks now.
Okay.
Shit.
Now you want to flex.
I got some new marks now. Hold on. I had these new marks though. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It's still
fire.
new marks.
Those are fire.
I hit him with that Serato though. That's all. That's all I do. You see, I'm ready right now. I'm just sitting here talking to you.
Okay.
Oh, what you gonna do? Get your equipment at
You got it. How graceful dial out.
We have to set this up. We're gonna set this up though.
Nah,
we gotta set
yo,
it up.
just quitting already, yo. Just said he gracefully dial out, yo.
No,
just don't do that. Boo.
All he gonna do is hit sync.
Oh no.
That's all you gonna do. Think.
God, you give me a real DJ this now. You showing him a sync button DJ. Yeah, man.
Oh man,
You telling me the computer doing all the work. I ain't even pressing nothing.
All you do is
go AP. You a sync DJ? DJ sync?
That's what parents say.
DJ synced up. DJ synced up.
Nah. When I met P, P was, I want to say you were DJing the Juicy J after party.
Yeah.
Western Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
Because Juicy J had came and you were doing the after party. I was performing at the after party at that spot.
Mm-hmm.
For homecoming.
Can't remember the name of the spot, but yeah. That was our first time, and we got a chance to rock together.
Yep,
so,
that was cool.
But it ain't about me. You know what I'm saying? Just can talk junk.
Yeah, no, I was just saying.
I talk junk. I do it because, you know what I'm saying? We cool. Like, I talk junk about Kasi. I talk junk about Bishop. You know, when you had your when you had your joint, I actually went and got on. I played like 4 or 5 songs. You like, all right. All this looks foreign to me. Okay, I'm gonna play this song, this song, this song. All right, I'm done. You got it. You know what I'm saying? Like, cool.
Yo, just why you bow out though? Why you flinch? Hey, just why you flinch?
You know, I'm gonna gracefully bow out. But if he still want to get his hands, we can slap box the 10.
Like, look, nah, you can't. You want to fight too. You want to fight too. It's like this. It's like that. But no, hey, just when that man had you in his arena and you talked all that junk to that man, you bowed out on him. So guess what?
I stepped into his arena. I actually went in.
He gonna win on points regardless with me, B. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let y'all fight, but guess what? P gonna win with power shots and jabs all day. You know what I'm saying? P, you still won the fight, B. That's what I'm telling people in the public.
Eating on camera, falls on the floor. Yeah.
Oh man.
It's all in good. It's all in good fun. I mean, if you try to push up contest, I know I'm gonna lose that.
But he came at me though. He did come at me. I was like, I don't know where this aggression coming from.
Everything, man.
He had a haircut. You know what I'm saying? I was just gonna leave it alone. But I'm not.
You get Pete without a cut, he turned to a savage, yo.
Nah.
He get aggressive. Like he over there looking depressed, like a depressed jazz musician, like over there. I'm like, yo,
shots fired. This is what we talking about, right here. This is what we talking about.
Man. Speaking of shots fired, though, I'm gonna transition to this to the Deshaun and Soul versus the Materials joint.
That's Deshaun and Soul.
Just
how
came.
Was it?
Just came to the crib. We did it from the crib or whatever, from my spot or whatever he hosted from. When I'm gonna say this right here, they have all of both of them drinks. They both have drinks. Huh?
And I served drinks.
And he served drinks. I can't. Yes, he served just juice in my own mason jars that I've had. You know what I'm saying? So mason jars make just juice taste better. So,
I just figured out how to get a whole square now. I got a whole square now instead of.
Well, look at you. Look at you.
Panoramic. There you go.
Hey.
Okay.
Hey, that look at you. But so that's a nice kitchen. But listen, so you know what I'm saying. But so just came through or whatever, and they played the music was dope. Materials, I think, may have gotten it due to the fan vote. Slight edge on Materials. Deshaun and Soul brought every feature out that they could. They brought Swank out. They had King Draft. They had the homeboy from the Young Bull as their drummer. I think you know.
Every song was a new band.
Yeah, every song was a new band with Deshaun and Soul. And you put yourself on mute there, young Kazi. Kazi, you're on mute, brother.
Let me unmute. I'll unmute you, Kazi.
No, I got it.
There you go.
Candy, shouts out to Candy. Said revolutionary Kazi eats on camera and falls on the floor. Yeah, you know, I'm overcome with passion.
There you go.
Oh, Nita just said it's starting to get crazy downtown Durham.
A word.
Can we check into it?
Man,
Anybody
don't
checking
say
into
that,
that for me, Candy?
Say it ain't so.
All right,
Durham had done good, man.
Because Durham been
Don't say
Durham
that.
been
doing
They've been quiet.
rise of
Durham been the
revolution.
crown
But
jewel
you know
of this
what?
situation.
I do gotta say, the other day when they shut down 147, and I didn't say nothing to anybody, but I was out there, what I'm saying, when it
Sure.
happened or whatever. And whoever the person was that was taking charge of it, even with all the other protests that have been going on, they've been working really good with Durham PD.
Yeah,
Durham
I
PD
agree.
is like, yo, hey, y'all gonna be over
way
here?
better than
All right,
Raleigh.
we're gonna block off the next couple blocks, get y'all some space, do what y'all gotta do. Let's just keep it, you know what I'm saying, straight, and,
Right.
and we won't interrupt, and y'all can have it. And that's how it's been. If
Right.
y'all move, let us know. We're gonna move with y'all just to give y'all some space.
Right.
And everything's been like that. When they were on 147, they was like they blocked off. Durham PD actually blocked off the highway. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
It was for a while, and then one of them came up to whoever was in charge and was like, "Hey, we need to get at least one lane moving because someone could be having a medical emergency,
Facts.
and you're not moving, you could be held liable."
Right.
He was like, "All right." He said, "Look," officer was like, "Look, we just gonna open up the exit lane for Austin Ave.
Right.
You had the rest of the highway. They'll
Facts.
go around you." Everybody
To
was like,
even
"All right,
say
cool."
that you can have the rest of the highway and have a conversation, that's dope.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this is how we want to operate. He said, "All right, cool. Let's get that one lane moving." They start getting the one lane moving. Yeah, this is from one of my very trusted coworkers I know. He's stuck on 147 too. He's getting off in his patrol car. They start throwing bottles at him.
Right.
Like, it's
Man.
like you already.
What time was this at, bro?
This was like 3 o'clock, almost 4 o'clock.
Yeah. See, that ain't popping. But we don't. I would say Durham, up until now, you've been seeing exemplary, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't
Awesome.
even the point.
Awesome.
Great leadership, conversation between community and policing. And
because he said very articulately, we're not going to get off until we get a meeting. He's like, I just need a scheduled meeting, and I promise you we'll get off. And like even then, he still compromised with them and was like, "Hey, I'll give y'all a lane because somebody could be having a medical emergency and trying to get you know what I'm saying?"
Right. I really hope that the report that Durham hangs in there and because that's the thing everybody expected. Let's talk about it. Everybody expected Durham to be the one, right?
Oh yeah.
Everybody kind of expected Durham to be the one, and it didn't. It up until this point, it hasn't gone like that. Durham has kind of showed like why Durham is what it is. Like I said, there's many contributing factors. We have, a mayor that's progressive, and we'll have conversations about African issues affecting the African Americans, not only racially but economically and educational wise, right?
Right.
We got a, Satana, that we've had on many, on the show. District attorney, chief of police is a black woman. You talking about like the foundation being laid for there to be fair and equal conversation about like what a real problem is. And Durham is feeling like, hey, it's been heard. It doesn't because it put its foot down when this economic change started years ago and said, you're not going to rebuild all of downtown and leave us out. Right? That this new economic boom that's about to happen in Durham isn't going to exclude African Americans that are indigenous to the Bull City that have been holding it down since day one. That you're not going to have like you're not going to make new Asgard to kind of make it in like, a Marvel reference. You're not going to make a new Asgard off our back and then us not reap the benefit. And so that conversation and that type of energy and I feel like has gone on and through our leadership, our local leadership, not just our elected officials, because there's local leaders. I think that all the local leaders are doing their job and speaking on their social media and finding ways to engage with the community. Because now it's like, oh, we're gonna talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Oh, we gonna finally hash this thing. Like, okay, well, let's go ahead and hash it. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's part of what we got going on right now.
No, I think for real, like it's like everybody wants Durham because you already know Durham ain't for the bullshit. But at least we know. So it's like this: the bad rap that Durham has gotten. You know what I'm saying? It may not be that. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we got our problems, but you know what I'm saying. But our problem is like what I've learned about Durham, and this is me coming from Philly. It's like this: like in Durham, like if you not involved in whatever involves you in, then you're not involved in it. They don't really fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? It's randomly that you'll hear somebody, a civilian or something like that, getting caught up in criminal activity with criminals. You know what I'm saying? Well, don't do that, Justin, in the comments. And then you see, Justin, he turned his camera off. They will call me from let's say process. Somebody getting locked up right here, and they just showing some stuff on news right now on WRL. I can't really see, but
they getting locked. Okay, good. That doesn't mean we got mass looting downtown.
No, it's not mass looting. They look like it's just they locking some cats up. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, all right.
Maybe some people out of the way. Again,
I'm trying to keep our record clean. You know what I'm saying?
We're still okay.
Right.
They might just be out. But I don't think they're tearing anything up downtown. I haven't heard anything about that. But if they are, we'll report that too. It's all good. You know what I'm saying? But again, it's not from the last few days. It hasn't been through Durham or whatever. So I'm not from Lancaster. I'm from West Philadelphia. You know what I'm saying? I got 16 references outside of West Philadelphia, inside of West Philadelphia.
Yeah, you from out there where the outlet malls is at, Bishop.
Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth.
Lancaster. You from out there with the outlet mall.
I'm not listen, B. I'm not one of those dudes that stay out in Maryland representing DC. I'm not the cat that stay up in upstate New York. I'm from Brooklyn. Nah, I'm from Philly.
Well, a lot of cats do that too.
Right. Yo, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not cats from Chapel Hill saying they from Durham and stuff like that.
Oh, what you trying to say, Bishop?
What you trying to say, Bishop? I mean, if you're not from Chapel Hill, you're from Richmond.
No, yo, bro, I've been in Durham about as long as you've been in Durham, bro. So what you saying?
What? No, but you've been Chapel Hill longer. So what I'm saying is right here, you can't.
I'm a dual citizen.
You're not a dual citizen, Kazi.
I am a dual citizen.
Okay, you can be. If you're the only person that can be dual. But we don't allow nobody else. Like Ease couldn't do that.
Well, Ease didn't, help lay the foundation for Durham to go to the hill and almost get stabbed and shot over that shit.
Listen, because you were dealing with Durham at a time when we were still transitioning, and we appreciate your sacrifice, Kazi.
That's all. For
everyone, every rapper in Durham should thank Kazi for real for letting us get the chapter.
Well, I helped build that bridge. You know what I'm saying? I don't take credit for I need a pat on the back, but that's why I say that, because even when I was coming up in the hill, I was looking out, trying to, bridge that gap between Durham and the hill. Mm-hmm. And then I lived in the hill for 12 years.
Right.
Well, shit, I've lived in Durham now for almost 18.
18? Oh, yeah, that's right. You've been in okay.
That's what I'm saying. So, it's been, on the low. I've been, even though, cats know me for repping the hill. Shit, I've been in Durham 18 years. So, that's what I'm saying. Both
good rappers. There's no good rappers for Chapel Hill.
Excuse me?
Still sharp. Still ain't no good rappers in Chapel Hill.
Oh, my Lord.
You ain't start getting them balls up till you came to Durham is what I think, P.
Oh, my God.
I'm going on record right now.
Oh, hell.
You know what I'm saying? Kazi didn't get better until until that fateful battle with Bishop Omega. That's what I'm talking.
I'll say this. I just take it as a compliment because you got to be popping for Durham to say, nah, we claiming you. You know what I'm saying? To say nah, fuck that Chapel Hill shit. We claiming Kazi. He's a Durham nigga. So that's the ultimate compliment. You know what I'm saying?
He wasn't nothing without us. Kazi, you know what I'm saying?
What facts. It take both parts of my past to make my future. It take Durham and Chapel Hill to make me what I am. I can't do one without the other, honestly.
You can't at all. You know what I'm saying? Hey,
Not
yo,
at all.
Billy. Shout out to Billy. I had to clear something up. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you told Kazi I used to work for you, but you know what I'm saying? We were partners. You know what I'm saying? Nah, shout out to my man Bill, man. Yo. When Billy had the small dreads. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
I remember doing Billy for like 5 years, and Billy dread stayed the same height. You know what I'm saying? They never got longer than like a bob. You know, it's crazy.
Oh, hold on. I'm just wondering how these comments work.
You see,
Kazi old. Okay.
Yeah, that's why I got Eddie.
Oh, Billy sent shots for me. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. You know, love is love. Oh, shouts out to Latarian.
Mm.
Yo, whatever. Yo, I don't know who you think you are. But
shouts out to T Wallace, keeping it real.
Hold up. Let's go ahead and do this. Let's go and take that comment right off right now. There we go.
Don't delete none. Don't delete no comments.
Delete comments. Hold on. How do you block this person? Not
let the people have spoken. You know what I'm saying? This shit, no, man. I mean, y'all know I say something in one of my new raps. Durham nigga, rep for the hill, dual citizen. Cat's got a problem with, like, you know, I keep both in my heart.
No,
I don't have the background to represent Raleigh like that. There's enough Raleigh representatives, Southside cats that's from there, Capitol Boulevard, like that. I never lived in Raleigh, you know what I'm saying? But I have spent extensive past my Dale City, Virginia, my DMV, and my Richlands, North Carolina. It's been all Chapel Hill, Durham, and then, you know, I spent a little time in Dallas, Texas, for a summer. You know, I was out in Cali. Y'all know I was out in Cali for a year. You know, I've been around. I've been around Atlanta, DC, shit like that, New York.
Word, you shitting on us.
Shout out to
Nah, I'm just saying, like, you know.
Yeah, I was just waiting for him to drop.
This is home. This is home.
I've been in Paris. I was in Paris for like 3 years. You know what I'm saying? I learned French.
Not 3 years.
It's like this. If you come out, like, for real, give Kazi.
Not 3 years.
Kazi turned 50. I'm gonna tell you this right. This would he's gonna leave and go to wherever the Buddhist monks are, and be like, yo, I recognize that I hadn't learned English until I went to the Buddha monks in the Pakistan mountains. And then,
hey man, I'm on the path of enlightenment right now, so I might just turn into fucking light. You never know, and just evaporate. Nirvana. That's the goal.
Kazi's gonna be the Silver Surfer and shit. Like, where's
I am working on it.
Silver Surfer.
Kazi's the next Iron Fist.
Right.
I'm trying to be like on some Dr. Manhattan. I want, like, you know, I want that level of consciousness and understanding.
So
that's, you know, y'all watch Watchmen. Y'all watch Watchmen?
Yeah, we watch. Yeah, absolutely. The movie, yes.
Yeah, the movie. That's on. Yeah.
Because
you know he was like the most omnipotent, all-knowing thing. You know.
What he did, he was like this. He just got tired of everything. He realized he was no longer human.
Right, and it got boring. Right, it got
boring.
Frustrating and boring because it was like there's no challenge. Like you do whatever you want. It just kind of right on.
Yeah, he was like, yo, I'm just. I mean, it's like this. Yeah, I'm bored. I'm gonna do something else. I'm gonna go ahead and reach out and fucking destroy the world. It's great.
Yeah,
I'm Mr. Manhattan. I don't have to wear clothes. Like, people don't realize that in the actual Watchmen comic book, he was naked the whole time. He just didn't care.
I mean, it kind of feels like that, except he's just blue floating around.
Yeah,
it's kind of the same.
He was blue. It was blue schlong, just
Smurfing.
Out here smurfing.
Out here
for the Gargamels. Out here for the Gargamels of the
world. the Gargamel 11s. You know what I'm saying? I got the Gargamel 11s.
No, I'm right. Oh shoot.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah. So what? I mean,
I guess it's what, 11 now.
Yeah, I was gonna say, man. Yeah, and I got a pizza in the oven, so I gotta bust a move. You know what I'm saying?
Word up,
only because we've been on for 2 hours. That's all.
No. I mean, I understand the issue. It's more peace is more important than the revolution.
If you want any
quote that peace is more important to the revolution.
No, Anybody want to know what I think? It's clearly outlined on my Facebook page. I'll just say that. You know,
Not on
I would
mine.
say,
Not on mine. So I'm going in right here.
no,
like,
I like but nah. And this is what Bishop. This is what you allowed me to do. This is what you allowed me to do. Be Professor Kaz on my page, and then I got to step into the hood on your page.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Anybody got it fucked up? You out your fucking mind.
Yeah.
And then I step back over to my page and be like, so class.
Right.
So where were we? But I just stepped over Bishop's page for a minute. Like, don't ever get it fucked up. And then I go back to my page. And then I slid back to my page
today, man. I said, "Yo, if y'all don't go to Kazi page right now, he is on one." Like after that joint got to about chapter 5, I was like, "Yo, this is fire!" Right now.
I was rolling.
I was like, and it was like this. Then I look, I kind of peep in the comments to see if there's anyone brave enough, and everybody's like, "Yo, this was a very well written piece."
I got it's been dope, man, and I appreciate that. Like everybody's been taking it. Like I just said, man, I don't think I'm the end all be all. I just said, this sparked conversation, right? Like how we had it, and people that read it thought about what they feel. And I think that's the thing. Do we stop long enough to take time to talk about it and think about how we feel and what we might do to change it, and identify the shit that we walk in every day that we just stay walking in it.
And it's
you know
like
what I'm saying? Nobody stop and be like, nah, this ain't, you know what I mean? Like,
and I'm starting to see stories. I'm starting to see stories even on Facebook too about like one of our friends that used to be the friend of Jack Spratz or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Zigzag's sister posted was like, yo, she had an altercation with one of her neighbors one time, right? And led to her calling her neighbor racist, right?
Right.
And because I'm saying she's black, she had black daughters. The daughters was, I guess, climbing a tree in their yard or whatever. So what happened when everything started coming out or whatever, and I'm saying more information stuff started coming out about this systemic racism and everything like that, it led the lady to ring her doorbell. And she was like, her daughter answered the door, of course, because she's old enough, like, yo, Miss such and such, the lady we had a problem with, yada, yada. And the lady came to the door and said, yo, I realized, what's going on. And when you called me a racist that time, it got me thinking. And it made me realize that I was thinking on
part of the problem.
I was part of the problem. And the lady actually broke down and cried, and they cried together. And sometimes that's what needs to happen, because it's like, we're not saying like, listen, okay, you were racist at the beginning. Like I've said this right here, black people are the most forgiving people ever. You can make a mistake. We'll allow you to make mistakes. They'll come to the point to say, you know what? I fucked up. I'm sorry.
Right.
I'm gonna try to do better going forward, because that's all we can ask. What I'm saying, that's all we can ask you to do is do better going forward. Before you make that decision, because I when I asked this question, at the talk, remember when I asked, I was like, how many of you in here have been scared of a black person for no reason?
Right.
Raise your hand. I've asked I think I've asked that question 3 times? And you know what I'm saying? And it was like, yo, the crowd always raise their hand because like this. I'm not saying you're racist because you're scared of black people. It's
just
not
be real. Just admit where you weak, and we can
admit where you're weak. Because when you admit that point, because I'm saying it's like this. It didn't when the white people were brave enough to raise their hands, and I was like, no, and everybody in here in this building should raise their hands. There has never been not one person that has been scared of black people,
black or white,
without due process.
Right.
Like, oh, I ain't going over there. I ain't going to that neighborhood. You know how they are. Never been in that neighborhood in your life.
Because they can program us with the shit. You know what I mean? Exactly. Where you end up fearing like your own community. Right. But and then I want to be clear. Like that's what I said even in my post. I ain't saying all black people's angels and we don't never do nothing wrong and we beyond reproach and crime and all of that. Nope. You know what I'm saying? But there's also, what I think what we speaking to is situational awareness.
Right.
If I'm somewhere in a dark alley or a parking lot and I see 2 brothers with hoodies It's with situational awareness to say that I'm in a situation where I may get robbed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that anyone would remove themselves from that situation or try to figure out, like, okay, how do I put myself in a place of path of least resistance? You know what I'm saying? I'm not speaking to that. Of just being like, that makes you racist that I'm in a dark alley and there's 3 people approaching me and they're all black. That doesn't make you racist.
Right.
But we're just talking about the decisions, the overt decisions, the things that people do every day systemically. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like, because situational awareness applies to anyone of any color, right? I'm not gonna go anywhere that put myself in a situation to get robbed.
Mm-hmm.
Or hurt or stabbed, shot, killed, or hurt. Period.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But when you're in broad daylight or you're in an elevator, stop clutching your purse.
Right.
Like, where the hell am I gonna go with your purse? Like, stop doing shit like this. Like, if you're gonna commit a crime, like maybe kill your kids. Stop blaming black people.
Oh man, come on, dude. That happened like 2 weeks. That happened like last week. That lady pushed her kid in the lake.
Right. You know, so you push your kid in the lake. Don't blame black people for that shit. You know what I'm saying?
It's so much fun.
Hold
so
on.
Easy.
Don't do this right here. Don't come out to the protest with your Hunger Games bow and arrow. Get your ass whipped. Get your ass whipped and
blame black people.
When it was all white teenagers that jumped on your ass. It was like
that was entertaining. But yo, I gotta get up out of here, man. So you know what I mean? It's been an amazing night. Thank y'all. I gotta go.
Nah, I gotta go too. Listen,
okay.
Bishop Omega. That's P. Yes. Hold on. That's Kazi.
Yes, sir.
That's phenomenal.
Yep.
Right there. Mm-hmm. Boom. With a Brady Bunch. Just I don't know where he went. Just went to go do something else.
Yeah.
So we're out. Yo, I love y'all.
Love you too, man.
Come on, Molly. He the only person you know, Molly. Okay, okay. He the only on the show. But I can't, you know what?
What's up, Molly? Yeah.
I'm about to unlike all her pictures. I'm about to go.
You know what I'm saying? Show Bishop some love, Molly.
Nah, boo. Boo. I don't want.
Yeah. Love y'all, man. Keep you know what I'm saying? Appreciate everybody, like I said, for checking out my Facebook posts. And yeah, we'll be back next week. There it is.
I don't want your bye, Molly. All right, y'all. For everybody at Ratchet Land, shout out to Molly. Shout out to Truth. Everybody, Candy that stopped in. Bill. You know what I'm saying? Miss Parker. You know what I'm saying? Who else dropped in this joint? I'm going through them real quick. You know what I'm saying? Going through all the people that dropped in today. Shout out to my man Thomas. You know what I'm saying? Brother Shabazz was in there. Tim Moore was in the building. Maestro. Yeah. Everybody was in the comments. We'll see y'all next week.
Yes, sir.
All the joints. And shout out to GF's daughter. You know what I mean? George Floyd's daughter said, "My daddy just changed the world."
That was big.
That's big. Who's cutting onions? I'm not. You are. I'm not crying. You're crying. This is Intelligent Ratchet. Boy Bishop Omega, Kazi, and the rest of the gang, man. Peace out, y'all.
Peace.
That was dope, man. Hold on. Did I end the broadcast? I didn't. Now I ended.